Good afternoon. My name is Viviana Menjura, and today I want to talk about the coronavirus and the education in times of coronavirus. Since last September, the World Health Organization published a report in which it wanted that the risk of a global pandemic was growing, and it was in December of the last year in China that the disease COVID-19, which since March 11th is catalogued as a pandemic due to its speed to spread in many countries of the world and fiercely affect people's life. Currently, this virus has claimed the lives of thousands of people, and in countries like Spain, Italy, and China, its results have been devastating because hundreds of victims of this disease have been produced daily. Recently, in Colombia, there have been more than 200 cases of people with coronavirus, and two people have already died from this virus, which for me it's terrible because it spread very quickly. For this reason, the government had to take serious decisions to mitigate the risk of contagion and main care of the older adults and children. One of these measures corresponds to the suspension to face-to-face classes throughout the Colombian territory, but also the possibility of continuing the academic calendar in a virtual way was discussed, which generated a great numbers of dupes and critics. Since many rural students lack of internet connection or hardware to learn remotely. In addition, teachers and parents have little training in this regard. Personally, I worked in a rural educational institution in Saboya town, where the 90% of my students do not have access to a computer at home, and even less with an internet connection. Furthermore, they have three computers in the classroom to practice or learn technology. And if this happens only in my workplace, how will the conditions of the other students be? Personally, I think that this area of coronavirus make us question ourselves about the government investments in education, infrastructure, and technology, and it is intended to implement a virtual education when the appropriate conditions do not exist to carry it out. Many parents can buy technological devices for themselves or their children, despite the fact that there are inexpensive smartphones. The nation is covered by 4G service, but the signal is irregular, and in the rural area is terrible. And if too many people connect to the internet, it may crash. I consider that it is time to rethink the education, to identify shortcomings and seek to improve investments in technology so that a student do learn virtually but do it with quality, because sending in expensive workshops that they solve and they send by email is not a rural education that is profitable for students, and many teachers when returning to class should retake the content seen. Thank you.